I'm recording. All right, guys, how's it going today? Hopefully it's going fantastic. Wasn't too bad of a day for me. Today, I'm going to do a review of my own bike. I'm just going to tell you my thoughts and everything. Don't mind the rusty chain. I'm not too great with my maintenance sometimes. I'm just gonna go over all the things I like about the bike, I don't like. Something I don't like is it rattles all these screws out, so this shit's loose. I'm missing a screw right there, which I have, might just need to put them in. But that's what she looks like. One thing I will say about the Aprilia is they stick out, and people seem to really like them. It's just not something you see. It is a beautiful bike. I do like it, even though it is dirty as fuck. That being said, I figured I'd do a little walk around real quick. A little insect on it. Oh, that's just something, I don't know what the hell that is. But I'm gonna go ride her around, talk about her, tell you what I like and don't like. Something I don't like is this fucking kickstand. It gets stuck. Kind of a pain in the ass. But overall, I do like the bike. I do feel happy with my purchase. The only thing I wish, like just overall, just for starters, is I wish it'd have more power. That would be one. That'd be a big one. I mean, that's just a relative thing though. Like, it's one of them things where you always want more. You know, at first I was pretty happy with it, but now it's like, I want more. I have never had another bike, so this is my first bike. So all of these things I say will just be from my personal experience, and you never know. This might be the cat's ass, which I don't think it is. I do think it is a very good bike. But these are all going to be things that I like and don't like about it. So we're going to get up on the road over here. I'll hit a little twisty road just so I can show some handling. I'll show some straight line speed. I'm not the best rider by any means, so like I'm not going to be sitting here like, you know, Joe Pro, fucking railing every turn, dragging knee or anything, especially in these puppies right here. But that being said, I am going to, you know, just give my honest thoughts. It's not on stacked tires. I got a shitty GPR 300 on front, and I got a Michelin Road 6 on the back because I do put a lot of miles on it. I do like the dash. It's pretty intuitive. I get about 41 mile a gallon. Oh, I reset it, 136. That's kind of sad. I've had it at 148. That's the best I can get out of it. I was probably, I don't know, like 2 miles in it. Not even 2 miles. Probably like a mile. It was on the interstate when I was coming home from work one day, and I just kept her in the catch up. I made a 30-minute drive into a 12-minute drive, more like 25. But I was hauling ass. I'll tell you that much. I'd have been on New Year's Eve actually. So that's that. As far as like how it's ran for me, this seal here, right there, it's a problem on a lot of these things. It'll leak gas if it's over a certain amount because the vent gets clogged and it over pressurizes. So I have a gas stain on the side of it and a puddle of gas underneath where I park it. And that's just kind of par for the course. The part wasn't expensive or anything, but it's still a pain when you get it is a 22, so it's a pretty new bike where you have to deal with stuff like that. As far as this like regular riding around, it is a pretty lax rider position because I sat on a few other bikes when I was looking at this one. I was actually looking to get into CBR 650R instead because I kind of wanted a 4-cylinder, but I'm not upset with what I got. I am kind of happy with it. As far as brakes go, brakes on this thing are really good actually. I'm pretty sure it's got Brembos on it. That's a bunch of mumbo jumbo to me. It works pretty good. They stop when you want them to stop, which is what I want, right? One of the biggest things that I don't like about the RS660, we did have a dealership here in Garden City. The dealership moved to Blairsville, so now the closest Aprilia dealership is in, oh, he did get somebody. I seen him chase that guy. He was in that lane and fucking turned over there. The parts availability on these things, kind of shitty. Not gonna lie, man. I wanted to get a new rear sprocket for this thing. That was the only other problem I ever had with it. Outside of every rear tire I've put on it has been flat. It gotten a flat. But the guy put a aluminum rear sprocket on it, and it just completely ground down from use, which is kind of a pain in the ass. But not much you can do about that. That guy was fucking staring at me. He's like, What the fuck are you doing? Who are you talking to, sir? I'm talking to you guys if you watch. Oh well, you can go fuck yourself, sir. He kind of looked like an asshole anyway. But outside of that, as far as cons go, the vibrations on it kind of suck. Finding neutral kind of sucks on it too, I ain't gonna lie. But this thing is a very like vibrating motorcycle. So when you're riding it, like, I haven't ridden like a 6-cylinder, not a 6-cylinder, a 4-cylinder yet, but I hear they're very smooth, and this thing is very vibrating, like very vibrating. Like this screw got rattled out, that screw got rattled out, the ones on the bottom got rattled out. Like this thing just likes to rattle screws out, very vibrating, which isn't terrible. When you're riding it, it doesn't like, it's not overbearingly vibrating. Quest Diagnostics, that's who I had to take my COVID test for work. I already know this guy ain't gonna stop. What a surprise. It's some fat Shaniqua. Who would have guessed? But it's a little vibrating. Like you can feel it in the handlebars, you can feel it in your feet and all that stuff. But it ain't terrible. I haven't ridden anything that vibrates. I mean, it's the only thing I've ridden, but from what I can gather, it isn't terrible, but you can definitely notice it. These little I mean, it's making a lot of power for a small 2-cylinder, so you can't imagine it's going to be vibrating. As far as my personal experience, I'm trying to learn how to do stunts on it. It's kind of a pain. I don't know, it's probably me. Because I've seen Chicks Bray, I've seen the Bray wheeling the fuck out of this thing. And that just isn't me. I am not the Bray. So, maybe, it definitely has the power for stunts. I mean, all those wheelies I were doing were just straight up power wheelies. Like I wasn't Brazilian twisting it or nothing like that, because I'm not good enough, but it wasn't bad. Something that I really don't utilize on here at all, but it does have a nice electronic suite, right? It actually does. So for me personally, until like a week or two ago, not even a week or two ago, fuck, it was Tuesday, I had every setting as low or off, right? So I had AEM at 1, AEB at 1, TCS off, rear ABS off, and AWC off, right? So AEM's like your engine map. If it's on 1, the bike's really, really twitchy. Like, if I was doing that, it'd be like, right? On 2, it's kind of smooth. That's what it's on now. So like, even if I just hit it, it's not like super jerky, right? I mean, obviously it jerked a little bit, but it's not terrible. And then on 3, I haven't ridden it on 3 since I first got it, because I had it on commute mode, but it's like, it's way too smooth for me. Like I like it on 1 for riding, but with the wheelies, man, like the throttle's super touchy on 1, so I turned it down to 2. As far as handling goes, man, this thing, you can just kind of whip it around pretty easy. So I'd say that, I mean, this thing probably weighs a little under 400 pounds as it sits, with the tail tighty and the aluminum, or not aluminum sprocket, but it's a light and steel sprocket that's significantly lighter than the one that came on it. Running red lights, bastards. So it does handle very good. Like, it's very easy to like whip it, you know what I mean, if that makes sense. Which is something that is nice. That is something I like about it, and it actually made it good for a first bike because it is lightweight. I did like that. The other things that it does very good would be obviously riding posture, right? I can't like give you a very good description of how it feels to sit on it, but if I just sit here in, like, you know, a good position on it, I got my toes on the pegs and all that jazz. My legs get a little tight. I mean, you probably can't see, but that's what it looks like. It ain't bad. The upper half's very lax. Like, I'm in a lax riding position right now, and it's not like uncomfortable or nothing. Like, it ain't bad at all. So yeah, and then it is kind of confidence inspiring around turns, you know what I mean? Not that I'm some good turns. Yeah, I know some of you can be like, but you're not leaning with the bike. I'm trying to wear my tire in because I have the bitch strips on it, and I don't like having bitch strips on my bike. I'm sorry, but I just don't like it. So that's kind of why I'm doing that. This is a sketchy, this is a 35 here, so it's kind of sketchy. We got a brother! Woo! those ADV guys are kind of chill, man. I ain't gonna lie. I did see a guy on KTM. It was some sort of KTM ADV. That dude, oh, it was a person. Damn. That dude's bike broke down. I was like, damn, dude, I'm sorry. And that's something I will say about the RS660. I am not perfect about my maintenance. I don't let anything go too bad, except the chain tension. I let the chain tension get bad, and that's what trashed that aluminum sprocket, which it was only 4 ounces lighter by chance, even with the teeth ground off. But it has been very reliable for me outside of that. I mean, that's pretty much all that I can think. Like, the suspension's pretty good. It's fully adjustable. I'm not a smart enough guy to know how to do any of that shit. Well, I mean, I am smart enough. I don't care enough, because I am not a good enough rider. Let me rephrase that, to be able to do that stuff. But the biggest like pros for it, and like the biggest cons, I would say, that is a heifer. Holy fuck. She was smiling and looking at me. She was like, I want a piece of that thin boy's big cock. But yeah. The biggest pros, I would say, for this bike are the fact it's lightweight. It does have good power. Like, it is, when I've been with 600s, just me personally, I am up 4 teeth. So I don't know on factory gearing, but me being up 4 teeth, it is actually like just as quick as a 400. Just from what I've experienced personally while I've been riding it. Now, they do have a higher top speed. I will concede that. They definitely do. But as far as down low, where you're using what you can on the streets, this is a very good street bike. The only other thing I don't like, which I haven't ridden other bikes to know, this thing gets hot as fuck sitting at lights. It is 76 degrees out, and it will get hot as shit. Which, it's actually warm now just from going like 30. That's probably all bikes. I will find out when I get my next bike. I am going to get rid of the Aprilia. I'll probably miss it, honestly, man. It sounds really good. It has an amazing sound. But I'll probably miss the old girl. I really will. It was my first bike. I bought it in the exact condition as is. Outside of the seal and the sprocket and the tire on the back. Oop. Kicked her in the neutral, man. What the hell? But it's good. I do like it. I'm going to try to wear my tire in before I get off of here a little bit more. I'll actually, when I get up here, I'll just give you guys a general idea of the power. If this fucking Tesla, what a surprise. I will hit it. Hopefully there's no road pirates around. I mean, there's one over there, but that ain't a big deal. But I will hit it for you guys so you can see it. That was 90, so it definitely has power. It's not slow by any means. I just wish it was faster, because I'm used to the power, which is just what happens on every bike. Unless, I don't know, we'll find out. Maybe when I get a leader bike, I won't get used to the power. No idea. But there is a leader bike I have been eyeballing a little bit, actually like a mile up the road here, not even. Where I turned right past that, there's a Harley on the left, which I am not going to be a brother. But there's a Suzuki Indian dealership, and they have 2 Gixxer Thals. And I'm thinking that's going to be the play, the Gixxer Thal, because I do want to get good at stunts and stuff. And the only other bike I was actually considering, well, there's 2. One was an RSV4, it's the same ballpark, but the dealership moved. And I'm not going to buy an RSV4 known for reliability problems if there's no Aprilia dealer nearby. So that's just not going to happen. And then the ZX10. But the ZX10 does not seem like it's equipped for doing stunts. You know what I mean? It's like from what I can gather through my own research, it seems like it's one of them bikes like an R6 where like it's like that makes sense. Like, until you get super high up in the rev range, it's kind of like, it's not linear, right? It doesn't have like any sort of linear power band, which would be the better word for me to say. Like, not linear at all. So that's the reason why I'm kind of leaning the Gixxer. And to be fair, variable valve timing on a bike is a big deal in my opinion. That is massive. Like, they should all be doing it because they would all have better power curves, you know what I mean? But they don't. There's not much you can do about that. Yeah, you can't make fucking Kawasaki, Honda, and Yamaha do things they don't want to do. So I don't know, it's tough. It's hard to pick a bike. Like, I didn't even plan on getting this one. It was just kind of one of them things where I was like, oh, I have it. And I'm not upset with it. It's just this next one's going to be a lot of money, and I really want to be sure. So I'm going to test ride. I really don't want a Yamaha one, but I'm going to test ride a, what was I saying? Oh yeah, a Gixxer and a ZX. I wish the CBR 1000 double R that's actually affordable made the same power as a Gixxer Thou or a, damn, there's road pirates everywhere, bro. I just want to take some twisty twins. But I wish it made the power of the Gixxer and the ZX10, right? But it doesn't. So, like, it is what it is. It would be nice, but it doesn't. Because I am a Honda boy myself. I drive a 2020 Honda Civic Si, and I thought a Honda would be perfect to go along with it. You know what I mean? Got my two Hondas, my twin Hyundais. Man, this is the good turn too. Should have just gone on the damn sidewalk and waited. I want to get my tire worn in while I'm out, man. And I could probably just do it the ghetto way. Whee! Get the fuck out of the way, you son of a bitch. Why? I mean, I understand why you gotta go this way. I'll probably edit all this shit out, but irregardless, I'll go through all this nonsense. My final true thoughts on this bike are, it is the street 600 from what I can gather, right? I'm not gonna say I've ridden 600s. I've ridden this. I like it. It has very good streetable power use, and when I've ridden with 600s, this thing is just a better street bike from what I've been able to gather, even for performance, right? Like this thing, like I said, down low, you kind of have that power to get past them a little bit, and you know what I mean? Like you're just in power constantly when you're shifting through the gears, and the 600s aren't. They have to get right up to that tippy top. So I would say this is genuinely a better street bike. That's going to be my final thoughts. I'm going to try to get these fucking twisties if I can, but I might not be able to, even though there's cops fucking everywhere. I do want to get my tire worn in. The golf club, buddy. Oh my. Ooh, that's a rough patch of road, buddy. Alright, well, I did the twisties. Guys, if you watched the video, or gals, if you watched the video, I appreciate you for watching. You guys have a fantastic fucking day, and I love you. Goodbye!